Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ ATS Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
All right, happy Wednesday. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast.
Some interesting stuff going on behind the scenes.
What's that?
Well, we were doing that tortilla tossing.
Yeah.
That car pulled in
and
blocked us. We thought it was really weird because this woman took a really sharp turn, and it was almost like she deliberately...
She turned into three people that were standing in an area where you didn't have to turn.
Well, you guys were... So to paint the picture, we had a parking lot. Let's say that there are 5 sections. The first 2 were full of cars. The last 3 had no cars in it. You guys were in the 5th and furthest one away from the building. And this one random lone car comes and parks right in the middle of where you guys were throwing the tortillas, around about 300 empty parking spots.
Yeah, I mean, she could have parked anywhere else and literally parked almost on top of the tortilla that Denny's had thrown.
Well, I was
like, wait, what?
I was getting ready to do my throw. I was almost in mid-throw, and she came around like a bat out of hell.
She almost hit us.
Well, the weird thing is, she wouldn't get out of her car, but we were still live on the air, so we were just trying to see if she was getting out. I wanted to be respectful because I didn't want to hit her car or hit her.
We didn't throw the tortilla for a good 45 seconds. It kind of stalled the bit for a second.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm thinking, as soon as this woman gets out of the car, he's going to throw the tortilla. It's going to hit her. It's going to be awful. So we all just stalled.
That's why I didn't do it. I was trying to be respectful. So then we go by to pick out all the tortillas.
We threw it anyway, and she's still sitting in the car.
So I go to pick up the tortillas.
And I see her on her phone. She's texting on her phone. So I'm like, all right, let's just throw the tortillas.
And then I just wrapped up the Facebook video, and then we bounced out. Well, she goes and tells the building manager that we were harassing her
and threatening her,
and she couldn't get out of her car because we were doing all that.
Yeah.
And that scares me because imagine if me and Denny, it was just me and Denny's, there was no Virginia.
Well, we have it on video too.
We have it all on video.
It's all on video.
She could have parked anywhere else in the parking lot, but chose to practically park on top of us.
But imagine if there's
she was looking for a fight, and if she wants a fucking fight, I'll give her one.
But imagine if there is no video. She goes to management and says, these 2 guys were making me feel, all of this stuff. Now me and Denny's would be in a meeting, and it would be her word against.
I've got you on video almost running us over with your white
if anybody
Audi.
harassed anything, you guys were in more danger than she was in any danger. It seems like she went out of her way to try to cause an issue. She's the worst kind of human. She's the kind of person that we call out all the time because you're just going out of your way to just be difficult and just stir up shit
and
for
stir
no
up
reason.
problems.
Yeah, and she has a reputation around here. And just to let you know, you have a reputation. People are like, this is the same woman that is always trying to get everyone in trouble. And honestly, in life, I feel for you because no one ever likes you. Everyone sees you and they're just like, you're the person that sucks all the oxygen out of a room. Where there's light, you bring darkness. And it's sad because that's the way you are. And that's what she did. I think that she kind of went out of her way to cause an issue, to try to have something to tell on you guys about. We have video. We showed it. She clearly, it was so random that she parked her car where she did.
On top of us,
she
practically.
puts you guys in more threat than you put her in threat. And then she immediately gets on her phone and she starts texting to complain about how you're harassing her.
Well,
it's absolutely asinine.
As a dude, you hear a woman start using words like aggressive, and I felt threatened. We're like, well, if I get called into a meeting and it's her word against mine at that point. Thank God we just had video.
And Engineer Keith's like, dang, Kevin's usually Switzerland. He's going hard. And I'm doing this for your own good. If you're one of these people, recognize it. Just don't be that kind of person. You had so many other ways. In life, there's so many ways you can de-escalate issues. If somebody's in your way where you normally park somewhere else. If you're just going out of your way to cause problems to get someone in trouble, don't. I'm saying this emphatically because I don't want the whole world. No one likes these miserable people. They call them Karens. They're people who just complain to complain. Nobody likes you. The world is telling you we don't like your behavior. Just stop it. Just stop doing it. And if you insist on doing it because you just want to fight, the rest of planet Earth is not going to like you, and your life's going to be a lot more different and more miserable because of it. Stop being miserable.
Just know that you're hurting yourself too, because when you go through life and every single day you have stress and drama and you're fighting with this one and you're fighting with that one,
right,
you are causing your own body cell damage.
I mean, to Ashley's point in the chat room, it does. It makes you feel bad for people who are actually in danger when something goes on. When you go into management saying you felt threatened, the whole thing's on video. That really pisses me off.
I wish I knew what she looked like, because I really would like to threaten her.
Well, I mean, I would just like for her to kind of get the message and hopefully take it to heart, because there are people that are disadvantaged that are trying to fight that deserve to have someone fighting for them. And then you have somebody like this woman who's clearly trying to start a fight that, you're right, takes away the power from the people who legitimately need someone to fight for them. There was no fight. There was no threat.
No.
Well, she's lying about us. That's what I don't like.
Angie's like, yeah, she went full Karen, and that's exactly what she did. And, I feel for her. I really do, because I would assume that this carries on to every other part of her life. And like I said, the talk going around the building, somebody was talking to me about in the bathroom. They're like, yeah, she's just known as the miserable woman in the building. In the entire building of 5 floors, she is known as the one that is completely miserable, that does this to everybody. And I feel for her. I don't know what's going on in her life, but somebody needs to get a hold of her that cares about her and say, stop doing this. Just stop it. You're causing fights where there doesn't need to be a fight. You're bringing this tension and aggression to not only you, but to other people. And it's got to be bad for your health. It's not good for the way people look at you. You don't want to be that person that when they see you coming, people try to run because you are misery in life.
It's tough.
You're going to cross the wrong person one day, and it's not going to be good.
Well, it's tough for me to feel bad for somebody who goes to management and says we were harassing and threatening. I don't fucking like that. I don't play with that.
Exactly.
Let me show you the video.
Yeah.
Here's the video of you almost hitting us.
I want to be quite vocal when I hear somebody saying that about me and my teammates and my friends.
You parked on my tortilla.
And
you fucked up our bit, actually. And by the way, you came into the parking lot like a fucking bat out of hell.
She did. She drove in fast, and I was like, whoa.
You could see, because I could see on KVJ TV just how she parked way out of her way to cause a problem. And that's that is on the video. That part we did capture on video. And almost 700 people were watching it at the moment. And you can go back and see when we did World Record Wednesday today, just, where it looks so ridiculous that she parked where she did and how she did.
We're not exaggerating that she almost parked on top of us.
Yeah.
Well, I was waiting for her to come out so we could have like a fun, goofy moment. Hey, ma'am, how are you?
Well, I thought she worked with us, and I thought she was being silly at first, but then she sat in her car and she was texting, and I'm like, all right, she's not getting out of her car. She doesn't work with us. We're not going to hit her with a tortilla. We got to finish this dumb bit.
Yeah, it seems like it was calculated. She probably knew it. She seems to want to thrive on getting KVJ in trouble. She's done other reports before. She probably saw you guys, maybe even heard it on the radio, and said, great, I'm going to go and I'm going to screw us up. She immediately parked. She started texting, saying they're here threatening me, and that was her whole goal today. Was to make this. It is crazy. You just come off as insane.
And everybody knows it. Here's the thing. Everybody is talking about you the way we are talking about you now. You're not fooling anybody when you say we threatened you. We have it on video.
Well, I just wanted to talk about it just to get it out there, because I don't like that shit. When someone's lying about you.
But just recognize this. You have to be miserable. Stop being miserable in your life and trying to make other people miserable and start fights. And this is not only this one woman, but this is everybody else that does this. Stop doing this crap, because this is how everyone around you in your life talks about you when you're not around.
But I don't think they care. I think if she heard this audio,
and that's sad,
she would feel very justified in her position.
And
she'll still say she was threatened.
There's 100 people in the room. You're one of them, and 99 is against you. Do you want to go through life like that? And if your answer is yes, I do feel for you. I feel sorry for you that this is how you want to take on life.
Well, life is precious, and you're wasting it by being angry and pissed off and complaining and causing all that cell damage to yourself.
Right.
Good luck with whatever illness you're giving yourself with such a negative demeanor.
I know the tortilla crimes are on the rise, but what?
Yeah.
She fucked her own tortilla.
She actually threatened our fucking bit. Is what I could have got a way bigger toss.
Yeah.
We were so confused.
And Steven said, miserable people are only comfortable when everyone else around them is miserable.
He's right.
And the best thing to do with miserable people, isolate them, get away from them, and you go enjoy your joy somewhere else and be like, look, you're toxic. You are sucking the life out of me. I can't be around you. Get away from them. And I'm honestly not going to give this lady any more time because she's doing what she's doing. Her threats or her attempts to get us in trouble, it's not working, and it's not going to work. And she just wound up making herself look more miserable, and she's continued to damage her reputation within the building.
We all see you, and everybody's talking about you. Oh, bad look.
Virginia, she loves going in, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I just love that everybody already knew who it was about before.
And when it started going around, people were like, was it da-da-da? And they're like, yep. And they're like, well, this is what she does.
We work with somebody like that was on our own team that would rat people out. She heard somebody in the lobby talking about something they didn't do, and behind their back, she emailed a manager and said they didn't do their job. And it wasn't even a big deal. The manager didn't even care. I mean, what a dirty, dirty move, man. That's so fucked.
Some people are just weird, and I don't know if maybe they had some kind of damage to their childhood. It just makes them jaded, and they feel like they have to get back at the world for the damage that was done to them. But you got to get to therapy, bitch.
And you just never know who you're dealing with, too. I mean, there are crazy people all up in this piece.
I am fucking unhinged.
Yes.
Really? You want to pick a fight with me? Okay.
The wrong day if I haven't slept for 3 days and I'm just I'm the wrong person to get into a conference. Not that I'm in a fight. You're just going to have to deal with some kind of weird, crazy thing.
I'll chemical warfare your ass.
All right. Now you're getting too far, Cindy.
Nuh-uh.
Got some emails about some fast food joints. Tim had said, please tell Bird there's a Hardee's at the Pilot gas station in Fort Pierce.
A gas station Hardee's?
Oh, gosh.
What's worse than a regular Hardee's in the Panhandle?
Hardee's already sucks. Let's add a gas station to the mix.
Okay, all right. Also, this is kind of cool. Holly had listened to me talking about that bacon hack, where you take the oven, you put it on 350, you put down a pan, and you take your bacon and you twist it.
Yes, I can't wait to do it. I bought bacon yesterday.
Yeah, in fact, I'll show you what Holly had done so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. If you're watching KVJ TV, she said, my husband cooks our family breakfast on the weekends, which almost always includes bacon. I told him about the TikTok bacon hack you shared on Friday's show, so he decided to try it out this weekend. It worked great and was definitely some of the best bacon he's ever made.
Wow.
Another plus, when he's cooked bacon in the oven in the past, the baking sheet is never big enough, so the slices have to be overlapped, causing them to not cook very evenly. But by twisting the bacon into corkscrews, we were able to fit even more bacon slices on one pan, and they all cooked perfectly. Not to mention, it was kind of fun eating spiral bacon. Keep up the useful hacks, Holly and Jupiter.
Look at this.
Yeah.
It reminds me of some corkscrews.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Okay, all right.
Corkscrew bacon.
Hey,
You're
bacon,
still
isn't
thinking about that bitch on the second floor.
I think I am. I think I'm still stuck in the parking lot. You're right.
She parked on my tortilla.
I'm still in that. Get out of it, but let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. She ain't worth any
right.
space in your brain.
You're right. I'm back. Corkscrew bacon. I fucking love it.
And this is kind of a good hack here. Boca Steve had said, heard you talking about your mosquito problem. In fact, I was outside yesterday at like 1 o'clock and I saw a mosquito on me. I'm like, damn, man.
At 1?
Yeah, that's where I'm like, and I love being outside. I just got to figure something out. I don't love coming in with 10 mosquito bites. And he said, other than fruit flies, skeeters are probably the worst flyers. They can't handle a moderate or a strong breeze. That's why you get attacked most when the air is still or only a slight breeze. So just get out a good old fan and direct the breeze over you. You'll stay cool and you'll keep away the skeeters.
Huh.
You know, Denny's, our sweet Denny's, has a lot of factoids about just flies and mosquitoes, all kind of stuff like that. He knows their lifespans. He's real good.
He's good at a lot.
He's one of those guys that knows a little bit about everything.
You have a giant booger.
Well, can you help me?
Oh, it's on your hand.
Ah!
Don't play, boy.
Sorry.
Where's my blade?
Ah, dang.
Oh, he came in hot with that booger finger.
He did, huh?
I thought I was going to get it.
You might.
Save it for that girl on the second floor.
No, we gotta let it go.
Dang. Oh, this is kind of interesting, too. Saw this thing about how your cravings that you get is your body actually signaling to you that there is something extra that you need.
I've heard that before because sometimes I'll be like, oh, craving like a steak. It's because you are iron deficient and your body knows it.
Well, it's kind of like the women that get that pica. They have those strange cravings when they're pregnant because your body, the baby, is soaking up so many vitamins and nutrients that you get those weird cravings because your body's trying to tell you, hey, get more of this. So for some reason, women think they need to eat gravel. But the cravings do kind of mean something. When you want sugar or sugary drinks, it is your body telling you you need more sleep. I was thinking about how Burr is with his sugary drinks and how he needs more sleep, and maybe that's why you have that propensity to run back to the Mountain Dew. Maybe you're just tired and your body's saying, oh, give me a sugary drink.
That makes sense.
It's weird you say that because late at night when I am tired but I can't get to sleep, my body yearns for sugar. It almost aches for it. Chocolate cake. I want it so bad. 10 p and on. I want chocolate cake.
That makes sense. It's your body telling you, your body's actually saying, hey, give me some sleep. I need sleep. And for an odd reason, you're craving sugar, and then that's what you give it.
I do. I get a cake ache.
Cake ache. Yeah.
My bones, it needs it. Kind of like an alcoholic needs that drink.
Yeah.
I'll be laying there, and if I know I got cake, it taunts me. I can physically feel things.
Yeah.
You got cake now?
I have cake in my place. I
do.
I have 2 J's cake. I bought a whole fucking, just the biggest chocolate, the 3-layer chocolate one. I have it all in there.
You getting ready for your birthday coming up?
I forgot about it.
It's coming.
I'm not a big birthday guy.
Well, you get cake.
Odd questioning. You're fucking weird.
Oh, you're one to talk.
Well, poor Kevin.
I just sit back and just,
So normal.
He'll be fine. He barely notices how weird we are.
getting used to it. They say if you're craving carbs, swap in whole grain alternatives and seeded breads. They say that fried foods can be replaced by healthy fats like smoked salmon and avocado. So if you do have these cravings, they say steer in the right direction, not in the wrong direction, because you are kind of misinterpreting your cravings and taking it in the wrong direction.
I saw one of those Netflix documentaries. Clearly, I think they've got some political thing behind it, but it was called Seaspiracy, or it's about how we're not supposed to be eating the fish and how all of the fish are, all of them. Every fish you can think of is being taken out because of the boaters. There's so many people taking overfishing to the point where some of their nets are the size of hotels, and they have 10 boats out at a time just taking shit tons of fish. Now, I don't know how accurate the documentary is, and I'm sure they say there's a counter to their argument, but their stance was we shouldn't be eating fish at all. Any kind of fish.
Wow. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how our diets change in the back halves of our lives, because there are some things that might kind of change what we've always known. One, we were talking about with the fishing, and then just a little blurb I had seen, with what President Biden is doing, trying to pass the green initiatives, and he wants to get us to like zero net carbons, I think, by 2050. And they were saying, if that does pass, the average American would have to cut 90% of meat consumption out of their diet.
Wow.
And I'm like, hey, Keto Kev, that could be interesting. So
Keto Kev can't cut out.
There would be no Keto Kev,
that
I assume,
much,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Angie says if you knew what they did to cows, you wouldn't want to eat dairy. I mean, if you go down every fucking, you're right, everything.
So hopefully they'll try to find better ways to produce these kind of things. I think they're actually like generating meat in labs and all that stuff now. And that might be it. We might be eating lab-grown meat on the back end of our lives.
Yeah, a big thing they were talking about how, there's plastics in the ocean and how some of that's being, when you're cooking the fish, you're also cooking some of that plastic, and that's what you're eating. Again,
was it a credit card a month, something like that's what we consume in plastics?
Yeah, even a big part of the documentary was how sharks are going extinct.
Can I eat my credit card that has the big balance on it?
Yeah, I want a black card if I'm going to eat it.
Oh, I like that. Oh. Yeah, they have dad jokes. That's some mom jokes.
Debt joke.
That's mom jokes right there. Oh, eat my dinner.
Oh, it's delicious.
Corny ass joke.
They say if you're craving salty food, you need more veggies and have less sodium in your diet, actually.
Interesting.
Go the other way.
Ooh.
They say going cold turkey on salt is the fastest way to reduce your cravings.
Yeah, because that salt is what makes you retain water and feel puffy and bloated.
During the October of Death, I cut out all of that stuff. And after I'd say about 3 weeks, and remember I was getting the shakes and I was depleted from all that stuff I was putting in my body.
Yeah.
It made me feel like I was really dying. After eating all that, or not eating all that, you do feel a difference. I didn't look as bloated in the face, but then I lost so much weight. I looked so gaunt, so you couldn't really tell. Just eat some fucking salt.
Either way, I think you're going to be gross.
You're right. I think you're right. Either way, you're going to be gross. So eat what you want.
Either you go out and people tell you look bloated and terrible, or you go out and they tell you look cancerous and
You're
skinny.
right.
So.
They say something when you're portly. They say something when you're sickly.
There's a dietitian that said we condition ourselves to crave foods at certain times and in certain places. Just find the patterns to your cravings and then you can break them. And I got to say, that is kind of true because, like typically, most people have maybe like a drink when they get home from work. When I get home from work, a lot of times I'll have a drink. I'll have like a little vodka drink when I get home. That's typically 11:30 in the morning. And I do notice even on the weekends, about the only time I really have a drink now is at about 11 or 11:30 in the morning. We go, wait, but that'll be it for the day. But that's when I'm like, oh man, I try not to drink unless my body's like, hey, I'd really love a drink right now. Then I have a drink. And it's usually right about that time. And I was thinking about it, even on Saturday and Sunday. I'm like, time for a drink.
You've earned a drink. Belly up, Ralston.
Are you allowed to have a drink at 11A? And then if you wanted to have another drink or two at 3P, would you be able to?
Are you allowed to do like us and have a drink at 11, 11:15, 11:30, 11:45 at noon?
I try to stay away from piling that much that close, but I'm sure I could.
It is dangerous if it's just me in Virginia and there's not another person that's sort of like a buffer kind of, just to keep it reeled in a bit.
Me and Denny's kind of been making a plan for Saturday. I don't know if he's
this Saturday?
Yeah. Are you privy to the details that me and your boy Big D are making?
Oh fuck. What are we doing?
Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Oh.
Yeah, we talking about going to the dog track.
Well, let's let it ride. I am in and I love it.
It's a derby party. There's all kinds of fun going on.
Yeah, you can lay money on the Kentucky Derby. The Queen and I used to always go. I remember one time we actually left Sunfest. It was going on the same weekend to go place bets at the dog track and then went back.
Do you know if they still have Highlight? Because that's what me and my buddy Frank would do. Would make bets going on that were there, and then we'd go watch the Highlight TV, and then we would win money watching Highlight.
If anybody's playing anything, you can bet on horse racing. You can bet on other places that still have the dog racing. You can bet on the Kentucky Derby. If there's Highlight happening, you can bet on it.
If you have $50 or even $100, whatever your little budget would be, just to go out for an afternoon or an evening, it is so much fun to do small betting where you're not going to get badly hurt, and you could legit win some money.
They've got the poker room there. And Denny says he's been trying to teach you poker.
I don't know a thing about poker, but I want to play it. I'm in.
It's fun.
I want to let it ride.
It's fun letting it ride. Yeah, you can do that. I think they have the Highlights in Dania Beach. I think they still have one there.
Okay, so then if they have it and they're playing, you can bet on it on Saturday at the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
I won $110 on Highlight one night. I didn't really even know what was going on. I go, give me that and this and that, and $112.
Huh.
It was great.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how gambling changes. I was talking about this on Friday's show, and it did pass on Friday about the new gambling initiative. It's very complex, and it's not like things are going to change immediately, but it was for the forefront about sports betting, where you would be able to now go into the Hard Rock. You could go into Hard Rock Stadium any place a game is happening, you'd be able to lay down a legal sports bet there. And then there was questions about, okay, will you be able to do it on your phone? Yes or no. But with that also came Vegas-style gaming that the Seminoles would be able to do. I think it's craps and roulette. They'd be able to do the live and not the video game machines where you'd be able to have those live tables. My wife especially loves the roulette.
Me too.
That's her favorite.
I love sitting at the roulette and just having a fun time for like 2 hours.
Absolutely. And it really could start changing. I mean, this whole initiative could change Florida depending upon how it goes. But it was very fascinating because I was even reading a little addendum, and it is kind of confusing, but I think the Seminoles are going against the Seminoles because what had happened was you would be able to have that casino-type gaming for Vegas at the Hard Rock that the Seminoles own. They were going to, under the initiative, be able to open up 3 new casinos on tribal land. But I think that there is a faction of the Seminoles that are suing some of the Seminoles because they are concerned that once they kick it open, it might bring in other factors. Because the one thing I'd read in the article was like Caesars and some of the other Vegas-style casinos were like, all right, Florida's open season, and the Seminoles are trying to maintain a monopoly on gambling in the state. And so they're trying to do it in a way where we want all these games where we'd be able to make more money, but we don't want
Caesars, MGM.
Right, to be able to come in and start opening up their Vegas-style casinos. I mean, look at Vegas now. I mean, they just opened up the world's biggest casino, you know, in Vegas just the last week. That could start happening in Florida and different places, but the Seminole was like, okay, we're cool with that happening. We just want every place to be a Seminole property. We don't, so it's kind of a fine line, walking a tightrope to try to keep everyone else out. And when you got that much money,
oh my gosh,
you're talking
Kevin.
billions of dollars,
billions on top of billions.
Yeah, that it's good. The fight could get really nasty and ugly, and you can only imagine all the backroom deals that are going on, exchanging of hands. People are probably being murdered right now.
Oh, you'll never even know about all the murders and money.
Take them out to the Glades.
Yeah, I'm sure they're torching cars right now, and you know.
Somebody is getting their life threatened with hands around their neck.
Absolutely. Right. I'm sure there's shady stuff
happening. Going down.
Yeah, but it's potentially a very big deal that depending, it could radically change the map and how South Florida looks. It could become like another Vegas.
Interesting.
Imagine that because Vegas, you go there, there's nothing around Vegas. They don't have an ocean, and you even go there in the winter, it's freezing. Like it gets cold in Vegas.
It does.
And so imagine if you had not only the climate, but you had the beach, you had everything else that was going on. Can you imagine when we had a Super Bowl around here and you still had that? You know, they're talking about trying to take Super Bowls to Vegas because, hey, the gambling, it's fun. But, I mean, man, imagine coming to Miami with all the Vegas-style casinos and the beach.
Sick.
And where else would you go in America that's better than South Florida?
We are your sinning capital.
Now we just get that prostitution legal.
Yeah. Right.
Well, we'll get everything but weed for some odd reason. Florida wants all this sin, but not weed.
You'll be able to do everything. You'll be able to do blow.
Yeah.
Before you'll be able to do marijuana in the state of Florida.
It's so bizarre to me.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy stuff. All right, let me see what else we got going on here. This is another diet type thing, too, talking about cravings. And this, 2 specific diets have now been found with a link to premature death in middle-aged adults.
Oh, no. Which ones?
Here's the 2 things they noticed most about people who were just dropping dead in middle age, and this is what they were eating.
Pizza consumption.
Fuck. One of 2 different types of diets. They either noticed a group of people who ate large amounts of chocolate, confectionery, butter, and white bread with less fruit and vegetables. That was type group 1. So, yeah, if you're doing the high carby.
Dude, Kevin's talking to you.
You think I don't know this? That's what I'm saying.
You're confectionery king.
I have my will written out for the most part.
And type 2 diet was high in sugary beverages, fruit juice, chocolate, table sugar, and preserves.
Bread
Dude,
man walking.
You're both.
Bread man walking.
You're type 1 and type 2.
Oh, fuck. There's heart issues with my family. I'm so figgity fucked. That's why I live every day like I'm dying.
He's Tim McGraw.
That's right. Gotta have some fun on the. We're all gonna go out one day, right?
Yeah, some just sooner than others.
Yeah, yours might be Sunday.
Yeah,
Well, you know
he
what?
said Sunday, not someday.
Oh,
I'm going out Sunday.
Someone say Sunday. I love it with nuts and chocolate syrup.
Yes.
If you go out partying with me Saturday, you might be dead on Sunday.
Every time I go out
yeah.
with you, I think this might be the one. This might be the time I'm out. I'm
This
done.
might be it.
That's how good it is.
I agree. I always have a
You
great.
die smiling.
You're about 99% at a Rotten Tomato and 95% good time.
Got Megan that emailed, said, I want to give a shout out. Happy 4th wedding anniversary to my hubs, Dylan. Can't wait to celebrate with you at Universal Studios. So there you go. Enjoy that.
Oh man, it's over.
It's over, big dog.
It's over.
Yeah,
Baby.
we spent half the time bitching about that lady in the parking lot.
You've only got days left to live, so
I mean-
get out there, Cupcake.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't want to hold you up anymore.
Sounds like we just started cooking, baby.
Go make some big plans.
I think
Yes.
we're gonna make some dead grilled cheeses.
All right. Thank you all for being here. We're back tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.